All right, what's up, everyone? It is Wednesday, May 14th, and with this video, I have officially sent off the full 9x12 to complete my mission of selling the card in April, went into 2 weeks of May. So in total, about 6 weeks. Not bad, much better than 6 months that I did last time. So this morning, I got an email sent off to Jake and his team to get working on printing up the card and doing all of this process that he needs to do. So to give a little bit of completion to the story, last video I had one last ad that was just bothering me and annoying me and was kind of waiting in the ether. So it was my good friend in the pawn shop, and we had missed each other back and forth so many times after I fixed up his ad based on some notes last week. I kept trying to connect and we kept missing each other, but finally connected yesterday. At first, the previous day, he told me first thing in the morning, came and went. And he said, all right, 10:30, called him at 10:30, no answer. I had a meeting at my 9 to 5 at 11 a.m. So I let him know, hey, I'm stuck in this, can't get out. And he said, oh, okay, I'm in a meeting too. Let's do 1:30. So I tried calling him at 1:30 and again, no answer then. And so I was like, all right, man, when are you going to be free? And no response. And so then I ended up calling him at like 4:30 or so on my drive back home. And he was like, and he actually answered for the first time. And I was like, hey, man, finally, it's great to connect. He's like, I'm so sorry, man. I can't talk right now. I'm in the middle of lunch at like 4:30 in the afternoon for whatever reason. Just give me like 15 minutes and I'll get back to you. I promise, man. I'm like, all right, sure. And so that was like around 4:15. I was on my drive back home from work. I was looking at the clock. I talked to my wife on the drive back. I was still in traffic. It had been about half an hour, so it was like 4:45. So I texted him again, like, "Hey, are you free now?" And he types back, "Yeah, just finished. Yes, all right." So I call him, answers, and we go from there. So I was like, I'm glad I got you on the phone. What did you have any other questions about the ad design? Was there any other changes you needed to make to it? He's like, man, honestly, everything's great. But like, man, the price is, what else can you do on the price? And I had already taken the price down a bit. I was trying to sell the bigger spots for like, I think it was 1,000. I brought him down to like for $950 or 2 payments of like $475. He was like, can we do like at like 600? I'm like, 600? I can't do 600. That's like the size of the medium spot, man. You're getting a large spot. He's like, oh, I don't want to change the size of the ad. I like that ad. I like that placement. He said that's the front. That's where they face. I'm like, yeah. When people get the mail, your mail's like bundled in like a taco. Yours going to be the first top ad they see right above their address label. And so you'll be prime location. He's like, all right. So I'm like, what can I offer this guy? So I'm like, we already had you down to like $950. If we do maybe like two payments of like $425. He's like, what I can do, I can do 2 payments of 400. Just give me your Zelle. I'll pay the first 400 right now, and then we'll work from there. I'm like, all right, this is my number, this is my Zelle, whatever. He's like, all right, I'm sending it to you right now, man. I just gotta say, you're a hustler, man. You've done so much work for me. You've gone back and forth with me so long, and you walk a very fine line between that persistence and being like petulant. So a lot of people get it wrong. I can tell you have a lot of great amount of common sense. You have great business ideas. You took the concept for the ad and you did it all yourself. Like you'd like hardly any hand holding, like to go through the process. You're a go-getter, man. So you know what? Because of all that you're doing, man, I'm gonna take the spot. You're a hustler. I appreciate all that you did. You really had to work hard to get me over. So I'll do this. And then, we can definitely work together in the future as things happen. We'll go from there. But I'll pay you the first 400 now, and then I'll pay the last 400 later. But I just gotta say, man, A+ on your follow up, because it's tough to balance being persistent without being annoying and without just like coming across bad. And you rode that line perfectly, and I got to give it to you, man. So let's do this. Let's lock it in. Let's go forward. So he's quite a character. He's a cool guy. He's a guy that just responded to one of my ads with a conversation. If you look back into my past videos, you'll hear some about our early conversations where he had a lot of questions about exactly what this is and what my plan is, what my process is, what my decision points are along the way. What if I'm not filling this up? What if I don't have enough? How do I handle that? So he was a very, very cognizant guy of what needed to go on into the process in order to get his answers done and answered well. I had to be on my stuff, and so kept following up, and finally we got that first payment. Then I sent him over the confirmation that I received the payment from him. I sent him over the invoice to his email, so he has everything he needs from there, and we are good to go on his ad. So I locked it in. Last night from about 11 p.m. to about 2 a.m., I did all my QR code links for using my LinqTraq software, LinqTraq.com, if you want to go check it out yourself. So in the just last couple weeks, I finished putting together the custom QR code like name. So it just says go.linqtraq.com/r/ and then whatever, fill in the blank for the short link you wanted to name it. So that made it really easy for all my ads to be coded a certain way. So I had them all just DL, P, PM, whatever. So I had like the initials of like date local, Palmetto Bay, May 25, and then the advertisers initials, and then A or B, because I have two different cards going out. It'll be $5K each. Like I said last video, I'm going to have a dark blue background. And I'm going to have a dark green background so I can tell the difference when setting them up for fulfillment. And so I put all the A QR code links on the blue card, all the B ones on the other card. I did them all testing, just scanning my computer screen with my phone to make sure everything worked right. And everything's looking good. So I did that. That took me my 3 hours after I fell asleep watching TV. I woke up, washed the baby's milk bottles overnight, and then just sat down at the computer for the last couple hours. So I didn't get a video of me doing it in LinqTraq, but I will definitely make a walkthrough video of doing it yourself and how to do it. Another feature that I just finished putting in was to be able to duplicate a link. So it's like all my ads, I want to go to the same places on both cards. So I just made a quick and easy duplicate link button, and then you can just like put in the new QR code address that you want for it, and then save it from there. And then just change the campaign name. So I did that, and that worked great. So that made the process super easy, probably easier than even the old software that I had before, that I had a lifetime deal from before. Now I have my new custom built software that I made for this, and you can get it yourself if you want to test it out for yours. I'm kind of probably one of the first beta users that's really using it on an actual card. So I'll have a whole story to tell about that as I get the tracking data back, as I see people get the cards being scanned and all that kind of stuff. Be good to go. But one last thing I need to do still is I need to build out the landing page for my giveaway. I have a giveaway on there for like a $50 Chick-fil-A gift card. And that is something that was recommended to me by another 9x12er in one of the groups, a guy named Mathis up in Orlando. He contacted me back last year when he was doing his card, and I told him how I got like only like 3 or 4 scans of my my giveaway. And he said, do something like this, man. I got like over 100 people that scanned and submitted their stuff for this, just with this simple, clean look. And so I decided to go that route. It took up a little half ad space on the card, and it's big, bold, or big and bright and easy to see, easy to scan. So I just have to make a really quick landing page. He used a Google form. Probably not going to use that. I'm going to probably use my Go high level white label thing to just like link into my website and just have like really basic kind of questions and just get that finished setting up. But apparently I probably have a couple days now that the cards have been sent off to Jake. It'll probably take a couple days, he said. So they have to finalize the design, give me the proof, get me to, you know, sign off on the proof that I verify everything's good to go with it. And then it'll take a couple days to print, a couple days to ship. I was hoping to like, you know, have it submitted today, print Thursday, and then like deliver on Friday or Saturday at the latest Monday. I don't know if that's going to be the case. It might be a little tough deadline for that. So I'll have to see when they end up shipping. It usually takes about like 1 day to arrive after you get it shipped. And I'll have to make sure that I'm home for that one, because last time having my wife have to deal with, you know, 20 big boxes of 500 cards each is not the way she needs to spend her day in the middle of homeschooling my 5-year-old and juggling my 19-month-old. So I got to find out when they're delivering so I can be there to receive them and take care of that process there. And then I'll have the postage paid for on USPS, and then I'll do the rapid slips process over one of those nights and then deliver them probably next week into the post office down in Palmetto Bay. So that is my plan. That is how everything came together with my last advertiser that got on there. So yeah, he just wanted another deal, and it makes sense. The guy owns a pawn shop. He's always hustling. He's always kind of, you know, negotiating things down. Even from the start of our first conversation, he was trying to see the biggest ad possible that he could get for the cheapest amount of price. He kept trying to barter down. So it makes sense that even at the very end, that's all he really wanted to do, was just feel like he was getting a good deal. And he told me like A+ on all your persistence and without being petulant, man. Great job. It's a fine line to walk, and you walked it perfectly. So I happily take that compliment and wear it with pride, because it is a challenge to be able to kind of keep following up without being annoying. And so the fact that he told me that you know, it's a good enough compliment that I can get along with getting paid for the ad. Even if it's not full price, at least it's something that got me able to be printed and get on the delivery list and get on the print list and get ready to get out into the neighborhoods. And that'll just be proof of concept, possibly another review or testimony that I can get for somebody going forward and working with me. So that wraps all that up. Going forward, I'll be making some videos about using the link tracking software. I'll make another video about the rapid slip software as I do that fulfillment and get that all done. And I'll just be sharing the process as I go along. I am fully paid now for all the printing. I'll be paying for my postage next. So I'm using my new Chase ink card, gonna get my $750 cash back for spending my $6K within these 3 months. So while I have the card, I also decided to go ahead and purchase a subscription for a software called Opus Pro. And so if you're following me on YouTube, you're subscribed, you're going to start seeing a lot more short videos, because what Opus Pro does, if any of you are content creators out there, you might already be familiar with it. You might see it before, but what it does, it just takes your longer form videos and it cuts it down into bite-sized vertical videos. So it takes this full, you know, horizontal YouTube video that I do. It'll automatically kind of follow my face as I record it. And it'll put captions beneath. It has automatic B-roll. It has lots of other features too. So I decided to go ahead and just buy the annual subscription for like $174. And it comes with a whole ton of credits that I'll be able to use to cut down these videos of any advice that I'm using and cut it into little bite-sized bits that you can easily consume on the go via shorts. It also helps me out, hit the algorithm with shorts. It helps, add to virality or whatever else the YouTube algorithm likes to do. And so I'm using some of those funds from the ink card to be able to do that, treating it like a business, investing in tools to make my life easier, stuff that usually would take me a long time, taking these videos, cutting it down to another editing program, shrinking down the thing, adding the captions, doing all that kind of stuff. I've already done it with a few of my clips from my last video, and it has like scheduling involved too, where you can just like automatically schedule to publish to all your different social media channels, and you pick the date and time and all that kind of stuff, and it just handles it automatically. So I'm going to be using a lot of that. So you'll probably see my face showing up on your YouTube feed more. So thank you for liking and subscribing and commenting and letting the algorithm know that you like my content and you think that it's helpful. So I'll be doing that a lot. I'll be also doing another breakdown video for now that this card is completely done. Once I get it all printed and shipped and delivered and everything else, I'll do a breakdown video of all the costs that went into it. So I'll talk about my costs for like the lead list that I use, all the different cold callers that I used, the different Facebook ads and Instagram ads that I ran, any other kind of costs that went into making this card happen. So you can kind of have a full financial view of my 9 to 5 journey. Because a lot of people have different journeys. A lot of people have different prices. A lot of people have different expectations at the end of it. Going into it, it's a lot easier to think of all the potential it has, how you're going to make this much, how you're going to make this many thousands every single month doing this and that. I'll give you the no filters, straight from my experience breakdown of everything that went into it. As a complete side hustle, this is me recording these videos after my 9 to 5 as I'm going home. And then when I'm home, I'm not working on this pretty much at all. I'm really doing this between the hours of like 11 p.m. to 2 a.m. when I'm awake overnight, after the rest of the family goes to sleep, and on the drive in. And so, and I mean, the whole EDDM tools in general is also a side hustle for me. I have a 9 to 5 doing data analytics for a big healthcare company here in South Florida. So all these things that I'm doing, if you like it, continue to follow along. I'll share my complete experience. If you have any questions on anything at all, just let me know and I'll be happy to answer them and help you out in anything that you want answers to as well. So I'll give you the full breakdown about costs and everything that goes into it, so you can make the decision for yourself if it's really worth it for you to really pursue this as just a hobby that you do every once in a while, like I did, because the last card I did was last June. And so it took me about a year to decide to do it again, because last time it took me 6 months. This time, 6 weeks. Much better. The costs are a little bit higher, but if I can make it happen every quarter, every 3 months, get another card out, then that profit margin actually makes sense to be able to do it. And as I build up consistency, I'll probably have advertisers that also like to be more consistent on it as well. So keep following on the journey. Thank you so much for finding me, following on these videos, and I'll continue to give you as much as I can so that you can have the best possible experience on your 9x12 and EDDM in general experience. So thanks so much. I will catch you in the next video. Till then, take care. Bye. Hey, what's up, everyone? It is Thursday, May 15th, and I'm actually sitting here in a parking lot this time because I'm about to go into my dentist and get some of my teeth fixed up that I've been putting off for way too long. But I just wanted to record this last little update of this little video and let you know that I ran my costs and revenue for this last card that I'm just putting out now. And at first, when I ran the numbers, I realized I lost money on it. So that is a byproduct of, turning one of the double ads into just a community directory, using one of the ads for myself. And also that price doesn't include bartering one of the spots for $600 towards my drywall repairs that I talked about before. So if I don't include that $600, because it's not actually cash coming to the account, I would be down like $244, or $188, something like that. I'll do another video where I break down all the numbers side by side and exactly what got spent and what it was worth. But I just wanted to give this kind of closure to the concept of, even with all the work I did, I still ended up losing money technically, until I realized something. I realized that in my haste yesterday to get this card fulfilled and sent off to print, first when I sent it off to Jake, they sent me back an invoice and quote, and I didn't check for the elite pricing that I get as part of the elite group. So if you are all in the 9x12 marketplace and you're looking to do the fulfillment yourself, the best guide to go to is Jake Lorraine at High Response Marketing, printing for super cheap. You probably discovered the system somewhere along the way through his videos or Mitch Tebow and his 9x12 system and school group. But I personally vouch for Jake. He's always been the best. He's how I discovered the system. And so I always use him for my printing. But I realized after the fact last night when I was going through the numbers that I didn't get the elite pricing. And when I compared that, that's actually $500 cheaper than his retail price. So I say that because I am an elite member. I've been an elite member for probably about 2 years now, since I first discovered the method and joined his group. But his elite group membership is $44 a month. With that, you get his Facebook group, his Facebook community that has like almost 1,000 members, but everybody in there is paying monthly and they're all committed to growing this business. You have amazing marketers in there. Carolyn Hutchinson's in there, Scott Meisner's in there, Joshua Polche's in there, Joshua Payne is in there. There's so many people actively doing this throughout the country, with a lot of good stories about their experiences and their successes and things that they're finding. People doing directory cards and pizza toppers. Erica McLean is in that group. That's where we connected. She did some of my cold calling for me. So there's a great community there, but it's $44 a month. But when you factor it out, if you're going to be doing at least like one 10,000 piece mailing a year, that right there saves you basically the whole cost of your membership. And that's why I decided to stick with it for another year since last time I joined, because I knew that the cost benefit is there. If I just do any cards in the future, just getting his pricing directly for that was a great resource. So I just wanted to share that, let you know that at first I thought I was actually in the negative on this card, not considering the barter. If you consider the barter in there, then it was a slight profit. But once I adjust for the correct printing price, that I already sent the email off to Jake to fix up the pricing for me. I just didn't even have time to check. I just wanted to get my print order in. But once I figured that in, then I will be profitable even without considering the barter part. And then we'll see if I get ad responses from my review cards. If I'm getting sales from that, then that's just like icing on the cake, as a true verified testament to being on the card and being presented to all these local homes and businesses that I'm reaching. So I just wanted to wrap this video up to let you know, at first I thought I wasn't profitable, but it actually was. I'll do a full breakdown video in the future about all the prices of all the things that went into it. I'll talk about all the different cold calling systems I used. I used Erica McLean and her group that's based in the Philippines. I used another person from the UK that speaks Spanish for the bilingual bit. And then I used my other guy in Argentina to do cold calling. He did like 160 calls or something. So I'll go into the effectiveness of each of them. I just saw I got another comment on one of my other videos about the scripts that my VA used. Each of them had a different script. Each of them had a different approach. So take that as it may. I'll go into what the different scripts were for each of the people when I talk about their effectiveness and what I got out of each of them. So you can look forward to a video centric on cold calling, hiring VAs, and doing all that. And I'll do another video about running the ads. And I didn't do any email marketing at all on this one. But I can talk about some of the emails that I sent out that I got no responses to. So some of the follow-ups from the cold callers and some of the DMs and messages that I sent to people on Facebook and Instagram that also didn't really go anywhere this time around. So if anybody has information out there on doing good social media kind of outreach and marketing, I would love to hear from you how to best improve my experience on that, because that is one thing I'm definitely lacking is the social media component and constantly pushing my stuff out there. I follow along with Scott Meisner and Carolyn Hutchinson and seeing like what they're doing in their promotions as they build up to getting their cards to fulfillment, and try to model some of those things. But the actual outreach and all that kind of stuff, I just don't have the time for it myself. But maybe if I can get a VA that kind of manages that kind of stuff too in the future. Now that I see my profit margin is for doing this one within 6 weeks to get it to fulfillment, and planning out the next quarterly batches, I'll probably have like a line item in my budget for the next one to look at that. So if you have any ideas, any concepts that you want to throw my way, please comment below. Let me know what you think, and I'll wrap it up there so I can go get my teeth all fixed up for the day. All right, I'm back. I got my teeth, I got my temporary filling in there right now, temporary crown. And as I was on the chair, I was thinking I'd be remiss not to mention more directly Mitch Tebow and his 9x12 school group and community that he's built up over there. He came onto the scene like a firestorm and has built up his school community to over 2,600 members. If you're finding my videos, you're probably already familiar with him because he is all over the place. He is definitely a model of success in getting the content out there and getting people to learn about this method. And I just wanted to say his school group is also a great resource for anybody that's looking to learn best practices, what's currently working in people doing it themselves. He has great weekly calls every Saturday. I'm never able to join because I have a young family and all my time off from work is dedicated to them. My car drives are dedicated to this, and my overnights are dedicated to the 9x12, kind of working through those processes. But he gives so much information away freely to anybody that wants it. His school community started out as free, but now it's up to just $97 for a whole year. So if you're considering getting extended access instead of like kind of mentorship and kind of more information about the 9x12 system overall, and you're not quite ready to step up to the $44 a month that Jake's elite Facebook group is, then Mitch's school community is a great way to kind of get in there for only $97 a year. And he has a whole course that goes into A to Z, how to do emails. And honestly, I haven't even gone through all that course. I will now that I have time, now that I'm getting back into doing these 9x12s myself again. Because at first I just joined the group because I saw how much it was growing up. And I'm like, man, I gotta get back on this 9x12 thing before my city is overrun by other people doing 9x12. So his group actually is what inspired me to take action and make this next card that I'm currently in the process of fulfillment. Anyways, so I'd be remiss not to call him out and give him a shout out and say thank you, Mitch Tebow, for kind of lighting the fire under me to get this happening again and kind of stake my claim here in Miami to be the 9x12 guy doing this here in my local areas. So if you're wanting to get kind of a full course into it for like $97 for the whole year's access, you can go check it out. I'll have the link to school community in my description below. So you can go there and check it out. He always says in his videos, like, if you don't like it within like a couple days, just shoot him an email and he'll take care of you. But it's a great, very, very active community. I'm barely on there myself just because it's so much to keep up with. But every time I do hop over there, there's somebody sharing some gold from email scripts to design templates to cold calling scripts. Everything you need is in there as well. So if you just wanted to get started with a community that is based around the 9x12 system, I definitely recommend you go check out Mitch's group there and take him up on that $97 per year offer. While it lasts, he'll probably increase it to a monthly subscription at some point. But right now, if you're serious at all about doing the 9x12, then you should definitely get in there and commit yourself to it. He also has some other tools and stuff that he recommends that he's built out. He built out a whole CRM that I might get into for the next card going forward. He has a scaling course if you're at that level that's like $500. It goes into very deep detail into scaling your systems, which I'm only like 1 or 2 modules into that, but I just didn't have the time because I was focused on getting this card out. But now that I have a little bit of breathing room and I am in fact scaling, I'll be going through that content a bit more and taking the time to digest it and implement it in my work going forward to bring this scale up. So, and he also has like extra things that you can do design through him. If you're not comfortable doing the design yourself, he can do design for like $25 an ad. If you need like a list of leads, he has that to offer. So he has a whole bunch of things that if you get into that group, you can get exposed to all the different systems and stuff that he has built around the 9x12 concept as well. So that will help you be successful in your own journey. If you're at the next level and want even more involvement and more elite privileges, then definitely join Jake Lorraine's high response marketing Facebook group, elite group, for the $44 a month, and you'll get even more stuff. And that group's been going on for probably about 10 years now, and it has all the files and everything that's been shared along the way, different scripts, different things from everybody. Scott Meisner's in there, like I said before. Some of the top names in the game are in that community and came through Jake even to begin with. So definitely check out either one of those if you're looking to scale your involvement and scale your experience in doing the 9x12 for yourself. Both the links will be down below. And in the meantime, I will be preparing my next videos, going through all the details about the cold calling scripts, all the VA stuff, everything else that I did to make this card possible. Until next time, thank you so much for watching, enjoying, and get out there, hustle, go talk to 5 business owners today and just let them know what you're doing and get the hustle going and make it happen for yourself, because it's possible, it's profitable, and you can do it. All right, take care. See you in the next one.